Adam. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Could you tell Charles that Adam is here, so his friend, so we're gonna have a full lobby, so his friend can't join. I just can't do anything because of keybinds.
You want me to tell Charles? Yep.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna meet.
Charles non-crash.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lights Out Racing. This is the German Grand Prix. This is the qualifying session at the German Grand Prix, as it mixed that up a little at the start. I am joined by my fellow commentator, Biggles, who has just left the session. Has something happened with computer?
No. Hi, welcome everybody.
It's weird. It said you left the session.
Okay, well, I'll join again. It's fine.
Gotcha. All right. Yes, we are here at the German Grand Prix for the fourth race of the Assist 1 season, and the second half of the F1 2019 races. It's again half of our races will be taking place in the F1 2019 game, and half of the races will be taking in the F1 2020 game when it comes out. Just before qualifying starts, there is some news for you. Okay, I see Haas coming in, so I'm gonna. There's some news for you. As you see, Crim Soup retiring. Crim Soup and Charles Non-Crash both have qualifying bans, so they will not be partaking in qualifying today. And Charles Non-Crash is your championship leader. So because I'm just checking that he's still in the pits, because if he comes out, that'll be a race ban for him. So because the championship leader is going to be starting at the back today, that means obviously he could score points today, but Chipsy. Let's see. Let me find one of these. Chipsy, Duck Lovers, Squiddy, and Ezzy 9 Time. All four of them have a shot at the championship today. The championship lead. And the last bit of news that you should know, if you watched Assist 1 in Azerbaijan, you'll know that there is a 3-wide finish. There's a 3-wide finish for P5 at the line, and something happened with Cody's. Nobody had penalties, but Cody's got the finishing order wrong, and we have corrected it in the standings. Ezzy finished P5, Henners finished P6, and Cram Soup finished P7. So when it says otherwise in the Cody's in the game in the results, that was a Codemasters issue. We have fixed that in the standings. That is all the news for now. We're here now in our qualifying session. And Biggles, what have you seen so far?
In the qualifying session?
Yeah.
It's just a few. It looks like at the moment I'm just entering in some telemetry data. It's just like a couple of guys have gone out on hards, I guess, just to get a feel of the hard tires. They don't want to set a fast lap right yet on the softs.
Yeah.
Like most of the other field have actually gone out on the softs, so they look like they're going to either just do a little pacey lap or really try to put down a fast lap off the bat. So,
seems like it's about half the field on softs and half the field on hards.
That's correct, yeah.
Let me see. I think. Let me see. Is Chipsy now? I think Hellfire might have first time. I might be mistaken, but we're gonna go on board with Hellfire as someone has run wide in turn 16. I was wrong. Julian was the first. Hellfire, I think. Because Russell on 1:12.509. Hellfire in second place currently. But Chenge is a reserve driver for today on the hard tires in the lead, 1:12.482. Impressive work from Chenge. There are yellow flags all about here. Duck Lovers, though, on the soft tires, takes provisional pole position, 1:12.119. Let's see. There's an Alfa Romeo that should be Freeware coming across the line and see what he can do. Freeware, 5th place, 1:12.876. Only 0.05 of a second behind Julian in 4th place. There's a train of cars coming up, all of them with a Haas in front, so that'll be Henners gonna be either coming across the line or going into the pits. That's Henners in the pits, and I think that'll be most people in the pits, although Hellfire going for another run. Can't tell if he improved or not. I didn't look, but I think he did improve, but it was still only P3.
P3's, got a Hellfire.
Yeah.
Yep. But so far, it looks like Chen. Look at Chen. Chen J on the hards.
Yeah, Chen J. You're right. That is how you say his name. Chen J on the hards. In second place, Vez, though, will be next coming across the line. Hasn't shown any purple sectors yet. Goes very wide through turn 16, 17. Is going to come across the line here. What'll it be? It'll only be P11, 114, 158. There are 3 people now on 114 ones. So definitely possibilities for improvement. As most people are in the pits or are coming into the pits now. I've already gone out on a stint. Who are your people to watch in this race today?
I'm not that familiar with the grid at this point. Obviously, I think Duck Lovers have heard him. He's been quite pacey.
Yeah, currently 4th in the championship, 33 points.
There's also Charles. He's had a win before in the championship. He did not finish in the last race, so he's probably pretty keen to get some more points. He's leading the championship. Chipsy as well.
Chipsy lap has been invalidated, but but he hasn't been going for it. So mainly just trying to get back pitching. There's a Williams off. There is a Williams off, and where is it? I think it was Janino. I think it might have. Yeah, I think it was Janino that was in the grass that you just saw for a second.
I wonder if he just pulled off to let the faster drivers.
Yeah, and his front wing is completely gone.
Oh, it's got it. Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
It's still plenty of time.
Yeah, Julian is currently coming around 13. The turn 13 that I didn't write down because I wasn't gonna get that pronunciation right. Yeah, coming into turn 17. Is going to start on a new flying lap. Going to see what he can do on the mediums. Going to be the first one to complete a lap on mediums. We're going to go on board with him. See what he can do. Definitely, definitely has a tire advantage over hards. If you're watching this and you don't know anything about how racing works, there are 3 tire compounds: the red softs, the yellow mediums, and the white hards. The softs are faster. The softs are the fastest tire, but they wear down the quickest, and you have to pit earlier. And the hards will last longer. And Iron Hammer has set a 112, 331. That is the Red Bulls on 1 and 2, positions 1 and 2 respectively. Kristen Horner are going to be very happy.
Certainly. Well, let's have a look. We've got only about 5 or 6 cars on track at the moment.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna check if my sound settings are off. I think it's. If they know. Crap. It's very hard for me to type things without things showing up because of how this works. So, the key bindings. What was his lap time, by the way?
Sorry? Whose lap time?
Julian. Never mind. I'm back. There's not a problem. I think your mic just might be a little bit low.
Mine's a little low?
I think so.
Okay, no worries. I'll adjust that.
Yeah, I was checking because sometimes it happens on my end, but it's not. Meanwhile, JJ has been out for 4 laps, finally going into the pits. That's definitely a bold call to do that. Duck Lover is going to come across the line next. Going to see what he can do. See if he can improve on his lap.
He's at the fastest first sector, so let's.
But no, he's gone to the pits. And he's gone onto the gravel into the pits. That's not good. But just abandon his lap. So something must have happened in that second or third sector.
He blew it. I mean, he had the fastest first sector. He was actually quite not bad for the second sector. It must have completely blown at the start of the first sector. Is my mic a little better now?
Yeah, your mic's definitely better. Squiddy coming across the line and will not improve. Squiddy currently 6th in the championship. there's I think that's Julian into the pits now.
Yep, Perez.
Yep, and same with Henners. 8 minutes left in the qualifying session right now. Next on the lap should be God of Hellfire.
Yes, that's correct. God is right now doing a 16.3, so about equal on the pace of where he is right now. 35.8 for the Sector 2. That's not up the front runner's pace, so he might abandon this, or yeah, because he's on the softs as well. So I think he's probably going to. No, he's staying out.
Yeah, he is staying out.
I don't think he's going to improve at all. I think he's going to stay where he is.
Across the line, yep, he's going to stay exactly where he is in P5. Next across the line will be a Williams, but that'll be an outlap. That'll be Janino Dominic.
Yeah, that's the Williams outlap. Who's on a flying lap? Veraz is on a flying lap, and Strentai?
Squiddy. Squiddy is going to come across the line for his second lap on these soft tires. Improves to P8, 1:13.323.
Good job.
Yeah, very, very good from Squiddy. That's what you expect to see from 6th in the championship. But yeah, definitely want to see a bit more than 8th, but you expect him to be in that top half. Chipsy, meanwhile, is on an outlap right now. It says it's 3-lap old hard tires, but he's on an outlap, so it's probably fresh hards. I think like his strategy, he might try just to get a lap time done, get a good lap time done on hard tires, and we'll try to go for the tire strategy during the race.
Yeah, so let's have a look. God, what's God? Is God on not going to improve, but now Iron's on an outlap. What about Julian?
Janino Dominic should be the next person. Oh, and he's spun. He's spun coming into the entry of turn 16. Turn 16 is tricky, although most people it's the exit of turn 16 that's tough. He kind of messed up his entry and went onto the gravel.
And string ties boxed.
Let's see. 6 minutes left in qualifying. So so you're gonna see most people finishing laps or coming into the pits soon to go for one final run at it. Let's see. Most people who are on are currently starting their laps. Chipsy coming into the pits. His lap wasn't good enough for him to stay out. The Red Bulls both on new laps. I don't know whether that's Iron. It is Iron Hammer who is going to come across the line first. We'll see if he can improve, catch up to his teammate.
Duck's on a quick lap too. Duck's going to improve even more right now. He's got the fastest first and second sector.
We'll see.
Iron will stay P2.
No, P1. He got provisional pole. 1:11.522.
Duck's about to get P1.
No, he can't improve. He's 400s behind Iron Hammer.
Wow.
Iron Hammer is your new provisional pole sitter.
He screwed up that last sector then. He was on a blistering lap.
Yeah. We've seen a good number of people screw up that last lap as we see Julian lose the back end through the Nordkurve, turn 1. I'm butchering my German. That is JJ up into P8, 1:12.994.
Good job.
Yeah, and now's the time of that qualifying where I mentioned 4.5 minutes left. Most people are in the pits. They're gonna do 1 or 2 final runs. Try to get the fastest lap they possibly can to get that grid position for the start of the race. Yellow flag in sector 2. I don't know exactly what it is. God of Hellfire coming into the pits. I assume the Red Bulls will as well. And Stryfium has retired from the session. I don't know what happened with Stryfium.
Looks like Julian's should stay out. He's in the 3rd sector right now. He's got personal bests. So whether he can improve, I don't think he's going to get too far. Well, he could possibly get up around 3rd here.
Kind of through turn 17. A bit late on the DRS. It's pole position. Wow. 1:11.464. He could.
Super last sector.
That was. He could have done even better though. He on my screen at least. he was very late turning on that final DRS, so he could improve even further. As there's a Williams that's going to come across the line. That's Janino Dominic. 4-lap-old softs, not going to improve just yet.
And then there's the Red Bull.
That's
fun. He's not
that's
gonna improve, I
JJ.
don't think.
Yep, not improving.
Not improving. Who else we got? We got Adam.
Oh, and that's JJ spinning. That's JJ losing most of the front wing. That is not good. And Jetty has retired from the session. And JJ has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. I assume that's just because of that. I assume that's because of that crash. Just spinning out there was unfortunate enough to land himself in front of the pit lane, and that counts as blocking the pit lane, as there's a Williams getting out of the way for Adam's flying lap. That is very good of the Williams. Good etiquette. We've seen people not getting out of the way before, as Adam comes through Parabolica, coming up to the turn 6 hairpin.
So Juno here. Let's see what Juno can do. Not really improving. Boxed as well. Juno Dominic. What about free? I got free wear. Is he going to improve?
Yeah, he's on an outlap.
We're outlaps, so, yeah.
Adam is gonna. I think he's gonna be a while back. There's a Haas coming across the line.
Yeah, the Haas is on the outlap as well, though.
Yeah, and same with Gypsy. So Adam will be the first to come across the line. Where is he? Coming through 15, approaching the tricky turn 16. Coming in, but Adam going into the pits. I don't know why he's staying out. He should have gone for another run, because going into the pits, he's not going to have time to come back to do another run.
No, he won't.
He's going to start near the back of the grid.
1 minute left. Now, this is interesting. Can Hentai... Is Hentai on a fast lap?
No,
yeah,
Adam just went through the pit lane. And is...
Henna, I mean. Can Henna improve? He's on the mediums. No. But interesting starting on the mediums there. Who else? Freeware?
Yeah, Freeware is going to be next. For those of you who don't know, the top 10, what you're seeing, different tires, the top 10 have to start on the tire that they qualify on. As you see, Freeware going up into P4, 112.1 was very good from him. But
fastest of the medium compound runners too.
Yeah, the thing with the medium compound tires is they're trying to get an advantage on the track, because if you have good speed and qualify on the mediums, you can stay out longer, try to get an advantage over other people. Gypsy did not improve on his lap time.
Chen's about to cross. Chen's setting his own personal best, so will he improve?
Yes, he will. That's P4, 111.6.
All right, and have a look at Duck. Duck Lovers has just set the fastest first sector now.
Ooh, so that is intriguing. Vez, currently in 13th in the Renault, is going to try to improve on the soft tires. Coming across the line, he will improve. So but only P13. Did not improve in terms of positions. And
it looks like free behind there.
Qualifying is over. The rest of the people on track have one last run. They have one more chance to set a lap. Freeware's going to want to make the most of his chance. Currently in P5. Coming down onto the main straight, turns on DRS, and that does not improve.
Now, Duck's made a little slow second sector, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make an improvement right now. He crosses the line.
No improvement from Duck Lovers.
Yep, Squilly's boxed. So, Chip now.
Yep, Chipsy. That's P9. That is confusing. He is he's currently second in the championship, so that is unusual to see him second place. And Chen is gonna go into the pits. So that is gonna be your qualifying order. Julian.
Still Vrez. I think Vrez is on an outlap. Yep, Vrez.
Oh, Vez. Sorry, yes, Vez on an outlap. Can he improve from his 114.0?
Did a personal best.
No, he can't. He cannot improve. So that's gonna be your qualifying order. Julian on pole position, first place. Iron Hammer in second, Duck Lovers third, Red Bulls getting second and third, Ken, Freeware, Henners, God of Hellfire, Squiddy, Chipsy, and Ezzy rounding out your top 10 unless there are penalties that I do not know about.
There you have it.
There you have it. And you can see these top six. Top six separated by less than a second. Top four separated by one and a half tenths of a second. So that is very close between these top four. The rest, there is more of a gap with Jetty being just not having the pace on those hard tires. And
with the air, that's a real interesting mix, isn't it? Too.
Yeah, Chipsy and Ezzy will be starting on the hards for sure. Everyone in the top 10 will be starting on the tires they qualified on, but we'll see what 11 through 14 does. As we're gonna mute and go to the music right before the race. So let's do that right now. See you then. Hello everyone and welcome to the German Grand Prix. I know I already said this for qualifying, but we got a new set of graphics, so I'm gonna say it again. This is round 4 of the Assist Section 1 League, round 4 out of 12, and we are here at the Hockenheim Ring, a 17 corner circuit. Last person to win here was Max Verstappen in the 2019 season. And this track, obviously this is season 1, none of these tracks have been raced before in LOR. It's the first season. Your standings currently, Charles Non-Crash in the lead with 43 points. Tipsy of the hood, Duck Lovers, Mikau are your top 5 in this race. These are in the championship. Just going to show you the last couple slides before we get to the formation lap. And here we are back in the game. Julian qualified on pole position. He is currently leading the pack on the formation lap. And let's see what everybody chose for tires. Everyone in the back, everyone in from 11th down to 19th, except for Cram Soup, all chose mediums. Cram Soup on the soft tires.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting mix. What do you? How much do you think that these soft tires last a lot longer than the mediums and so forth?
I'm not an expert on how long tires last, so yeah, that is not something I'm necessarily very good at. As we see Julian weaving around, just trying to get temperature into his tires before he start the race.
We also have, I believe, Munza joined as well.
Yeah, I mean is
means.
Yeah, however you pronounce his name. As you see Cram Soup and Charles Non-Crash in 16th and 17th, they got qualifying bans as they are starting near the back of the grid. The reason why there are 2 cars behind them is JJ got disqualified from the session for blocking the pit lane, and Muniz has joined after the qualifying session. So everybody is lining up on the grid. I'm trying to find the best camera angle that we can to get things started. I think there you go. Yeah, Duck Lovers will be the best camera angle to get things started at. Oh, they're not anymore. Yep. There we go. We got the 5 red lights coming on. And Ezzy has apparently jump-started as it's lights out racing here. And there's Cram Soup's win has gone. I think that was because of that jump start. But Iron Hammer, as you can see, already challenging Julian. But he's going to have to slot in behind him for turn 2. as we go near the back of, as we go seeing the back of the grid playing out. And Kench has also fallen.
Ghosting as well. But it looks like pretty clean. It looks like they're all through. No one's spun off so far. Maybe Chan apart from it. Chan at the start, as you said.
Yeah, no one's fallen off just yet. We're gonna go a bit towards the back. See people, see what people can do. You see, Vez has a 3-second corner cutting penalty.
Yep, he's spun. Vez is spun.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, Vez already had that. Cream Soup had a wing missing. Now Vez spun. That's not good for the Renaults. As Striphium is up in the P8, and there's a Mercedes that's having to join the circuit again. That is Adam. Ooh, and there's carnage. Oh, and there's a Red Bull into the wall. That is JJ. That is unfortunate for JJ's race. Going.
Yeah, there's a Toro Rosso. Was it the
And
Toro
that's
Rosso?
yeah, that was JJ. And we have a virtual safety car. We have virtual safety car. Everyone has to slow down on the circuit. Slow down to a standard pace. As you see, Henners has suddenly gone into P3, and we haven't noticed.
We've got a bunch in the box here now. So we have Enstai,
Ezzy, Cram Soup. Yeah.
Gentai. Fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're all repairing that damage from that first corner carnage. But I'm surprised it's only the VSC and not the regular safety car.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm stressed too, although it was a bit of a ways off circuit, so I can't understand why. I do understand why it's VSC. Freeware tailing Charles Noncrash, the championship leader, very closely, looking to get ahead of him on the restart, and I think we are because they're full throttle. They're going side by side, and it's gonna be a battle. Charles Noncrash is currently ahead, got ahead of him into turn 8. Is gonna wait.
Adam's made a move further down. He's moved up in the P10 on Muns. What else?
That's good. Oh, I see that. You see it. Oh, Charles Noncrash trying to go for a move, but he's gone into the wall. He is falling down positions as we speak.
That's the championship leader right there.
Yeah, DRS has then enabled, and there's Striphium going into the pits.
Yeah, that's going to cost him boxing, although still early, still plenty of time. I don't see any damage on Charles as well, so I think he stayed out. So that Duck and Julian had started to pull away a little bit of a gap as well. They're both kind of line and stern there. Duck's only six tenths off Julian.
Yep. And there, yeah, we see a bit of a line coming up through, a bit of a line of cars coming up through Parabolica. Freeware trying to make a move on God of Hellfire. We have a very good position from the Ghosted Adam. And Freeware is, oh, and there's contact. Freeware is gonna make that move work, but there's contact between him and Hellfire. Just not able to keep the, not able to keep the car fully planted out of that turn.
Yep, that's cost him a little bit of the front end plate. I think it's about 12% damage on that front left. So, but it's in the green. It's not as bad. Maybe he'll stay out. We have a sec 3.
Ooh, and Squiddy is falling. Squiddy, what happened to Squiddy? He has spun out. Oh, and there's contact. Someone just rammed into the side of Squiddy. And there's a car off into the circuit. I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah. Squiddy's retired, I think.
Yeah, Squiddy just left the session. Someone absolutely rammed into him. That's going to be a big complaint.
God of Hellfire. Speeding. Is that speeding in the pit lane?
Yeah. Gypsy trying to catch up to Iron Hammer has the DRS on Parabolica. Coming around the outside. That will be Gypsy up into P4.
Good move.
Yeah, very good move, taking advantage of the DRS. Let's see, Iron Hammer trying to come back though. Will have a chance at it.
Another speeding time penalty by Vez. Well, that's his first, but that's another time. A lot of these guys have been speeding in the pit lanes.
Cram Soup, meanwhile, going for an overtake on Parabolica again. Going on an overtake on Jay Ricardo. They make contact. That is wheel to wheel, so there's luckily no damage to them. But Jetty is going around the outside of 6. He's fallen back. Cram Soup, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I can't see what's going on there. Cram Soup, though, getting close. God Hellfire. Oh, and Duck Lovers. Duck Lovers has left the session.
Wow.
Incident right after the Nordkurve. I don't know what happened. There's another virtual safety car out. Something happened to Duck. Something happened to Duck Lovers coming out of turn 1. I don't know if that was him or if that was someone else. Is there? Has Duck Lovers commented in chat about anything?
Let me have a check on that.
No one taking the opportunity to go into the pits just yet, although no one is close to the pits right now.
Don't see anything in the chat.
Yeah, so I do not know what happened as we get racing once again. As we see, let's see, the closest people to each other right now are actually Jetty Ricardo closing up to Cram Soup. We're gonna go along with him. Coming through Parabolica, big lunge, and there's contact, but Jetty was gonna make that work. I thought that big lunge was gonna work for a second, but it just does not. As Julian, your championship leader, not championship leader, race leader, comes into the pits. That'll be Henners who inherits the lead of this race.
Yep, that's him moving up heat. Well, they had the soft tires, if I'm not mistaken, so that what are they switched on to?
Yep. Meanwhile, Chen is looking for a move on his teammate, and Janino Dominic moves out of the way, sees that Chen is faster, and gives him the spot. And this is very un-Ferrari-like, but then Janino comes back. What happened there?
Not sure. Did he get the undercut there? Just had a better exit. I mean, they're both team.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Stiffu behind.
Squiddy has Squiddy is disconnected. His AI is still racing.
Yeah, I see the Squid Eye. So that's a little confusing, isn't it, for the drivers when you see him ghosting there and all of a sudden they come back.
Meanwhile, Cram Soup is also on AI right now. Freeware, the Freeware catching up to Iron Hammer. The Iron Hammer into the pits. Iron was on those soft tires as Muniz gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cutting warnings.
And Gentai gets past Cram Soup, so the Ferrari passed the runner-up.
Yeah, the Cram Soup was an AI, so Hellfire is catching up to Stryfium. Hellfire has has tire advantage, one lap newer mediums. As Hellfire gets the better exit, but Stryfium might be doing that to try not to give him slipstream. It won't work anyways. God of Hellfire is up into P10.
Making it work. Same tires once again, so it's evenly paced.
Yeah.
But Hellfire's definitely had a little bit more speed. He was doing 1 minute 15.9s.
Yeah.
The Racing Point was doing 1:16.9, so he's a second quicker. So obviously you needed to get past and start catching up ahead.
Yeah. And we see Iron Hammer is the person, most recent person to have gone to the pits. Everyone on the softs has pitted, so that shows you one of two things. And I think it's a combination of both. One, how quickly these soft tires wear out on the Hockenheim ring, and two, just people trying to take advantage of the safety car.
Exactly. Just getting them over and done with and out of the way, it looked like, because the 6 laps is really, most people did four
It's
laps,
interrupting Muniz losing the back end on Parabolica. Julian having the DRS, and Julian is going to make that place up. He is now back into P4, going to try to charge his way back into the lead of the race. As Chen is catching up to Iron Hammer, also on Parabolica. They're side by side into the hairpin. Who will have the advantage? they're still side by side coming out onto the tiny little back straight, although Chen is going to take the lead into P7.
Line. And now through this twisty section here, this little section here, back onto another straight. And then they've got to go into section 3. So obviously in sector 3, that's going to be a little hard to pass there.
Yeah,
it's all about getting a good exit there down the main straight, try to catch up again. But
although this is where Iron Hammer is good. That's where he made up the time during qualifying over his teammate Duck Lovers. So he could get closer here. Although he doesn't do a good job in turn 17. So we'll see.
Nothing with the yellow. Sector 3, looks like that's been cleared.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Freeware coming up to Chipsy, might do a late lunge. Ooh, he's coming around the outside, and they're side by side. Once again, we see 2 cars side by side going into Sector 2, and once again, we see the car on the inside winning that battle. Freeware up into P2.
He definitely wants to get, because obviously Hannah's gaining, 5-second advantage lead right now, so he wants to make sure he can catch up and not let that leader get too far ahead,
Meanwhile, Adam has a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Who else is close currently? Cram Soup, has he regained control? Yes, Cram Soup has regained control of his car. Gonna try to catch up to Jade Ricardo. Gonna check on Squiddy, also has regained control. In yellow flag, there's a Renault. There is a Renault staying still. That's Vez. Also on the same place Duck Lovers DNF'd.
Just near the pit lane exit. So
Yeah.
he's back on pace, but obviously he's going to lose a lot of positions right now as Charles is going to pass him, and Chen. Well, he's being lapped anyway now. Now Chipsy's putting some pressure on Freeway.
Ooh, it's a race. It's Janino Dominic and God of Hellfire. Janino Dominic coming out of the pits, but we'll let God of Hellfire come out. But you can be sure that Janino is going to challenge that position, being on the newer tires, and we see that already. Janino Dominic coming up 6 lap. He's coming out of the pits. So I don't know why.
It did tap a little bit.
Janino was just coming out of the pits. I don't know why the tires aren't updating for me. Yeah, they're still very close. And Hellfire makes a lunge, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, the same with me too. It's showing him 6 lap old mediums, which is not, obviously, because we've seen he had exited the pits.
Maybe he just had a drive-through. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it could have been serving that. As Munz, speaking of that, Munz gets a 5-second time penalty. Meanwhile, up ahead.
Yeah.
Still putting behind, Chipsy's still kind of stuck behind Freeware, keeping with the pace of him. But now Freeware's building the gap down to Hannah. So it's now to 4.6 now, so he's slowly gaining a little bit per lap.
Yeah, what was it before?
It was 5-6 seconds before he was released.
Chen is working on making a move on Charles Noncraft, the championship leader. Not going to be able to do it just yet, coming into turn 8. Yeah, we'll see what he can do. Chen is really riding those curbs, using as much of them as possible. Maybe a bit too much. Doesn't really go to the right and take that racing line before. I don't remember what turn it was. But now he's clearly catching up, trying to have a good exit here. I don't know who had the better exit. We'll see. If Chen can keep up, he'll definitely overtake Charles Noncrash through Parabolica.
He's got the speed here, obviously. He's going to have the DR. No, not DRS there, but...
goes down the inside. Did Noncrash give him that place? Meanwhile,
looks like he did.
Julian has... Yeah, meanwhile, Julian has... Sorry to interrupt. Julian has made a move on Chipsy, but go ahead, continue what you were saying about Charles Noncrash.
Oh, it didn't look like he locked a break up or anything. So I think it was just simply he gave the position back. Maybe he felt that they had a little tank slappers before, and then wanted to give it back and be a fair drive. I'm not sure, but obviously that was the case. It was too easy of a pass to me.
Yeah, definitely looked too easy.
And who'd you set the made it past there?
Yeah, it was Julian who made it past Gypsy. Yeah, it was a suspiciously easy pass, but I don't expect it. Henners with a 3-second time penalty. That puts Freeware at only 1.2 seconds behind, and he is rapidly gaining.
He is. He's doing. In that last lap, he got about a 400th of a second.
Yeah, already catching up, coming very close to being within that 3-second window.
And also Julian behind him is also gaining as well, back up. Still keeping with Freeware, because he set the last lap was a 1:15.4, so he was almost a second quicker than the leader.
Chen's is coming up on Muniz. Chen's is gonna try to go down the outside, coming into the hairpin, and they're side by side coming around, and that is Chen up into P6. Chen making it look easy.
Another position.
Yeah,
definitely has the pace. He's also setting 1 minute 15.5. So he's the second quickest car on the track behind Julian.
Yeah. Does Julian currently have the fastest lap?
No, Chen has the fastest lap at 1:14.7, and now Chen just set the fastest second sector. So now he's unleashed. He's putting the power down.
Yeah, both leaders into the pits.
Yep.
Henners and Freeware into the pits. So it'll be Julian and Gypsy coming out.
Julian and Gypsy. Not Julian, actually. Henna.
No, Henners and Freeware in the pits, and that'll be Julian and Gypsy in the lead.
Oh, yeah. That's correct, yeah.
Now, Chen has been able to get between Henners and Freeware. So that'll make it much tougher for Freeware to try and win this race.
Just set a 15.1 almost. So he's the fastest man on the track.
Yeah.
He is 14 seconds off the leaders.
Someone named Edmund has joined. I don't know who that is. That's unfortunate. Muniz getting another 3-second time penalty. That's not good for him.
He's got 9 seconds of penalties right now.
Crim Soup falling behind Jetty Ricardo, even on Parabolica, even with that DRS. And there's no damage for him, so just Jetty just being the better driver as of right now.
Yeah, Jetty's really got a good launch out of that corner there.
Squiddy has DRS on JJ, coming up to P14. It's pretty close, actually. Squiddy's going to have to make a lunge for it, and he does. Very late on the brakes. It goes long around the outside. Squiddy is very good to avoid contact. A more novice driver might have just went right into the side of JJ. They're still side by side, coming into turn 8. Who will it be?
Looks like Squiddy's got him.
Yep.
Squiddy's got him.
Yeah, and JJ went wide on the exit, so that'll definitely... Meanwhile, Chen is catching up to Henners.
Yeah, we saw he had some pace. Just didn't take him too long, did it? Now he's still fast. He's what was he setting? 16.6. Yeah, he's quick.
Yeah, Chen, even though Henners is on 1 lap old hards, Chen is on 13 lap old mediums, and still Chen is catching up.
Yeah, and Freeware's hanging with him as well. Freeware's also on the same pace. Chen's a little quicker, but Freeware's also on the same pace. So.
Ooh, and meanwhile there's a fight between Jetty and Stryfium. They are side by side. Jetty at one point had the advantage, but it's going to be Stryfium coming into turn 8, but Jetty will come back, does the old switcheroo, and they're still side by side.
Now Chen's boxed. Charles is boxed.
That's going to be Stryfium into the lead so far, but they're still fighting. They're still side by side. This is good racing right here. Coming into turn 13, Jetty regains the advantage. Stryfium going to have to stay behind and wait Oh, there's Strifium going into the pits. That was a very good. That is a very good fight, and we'll see if Cram Soup can take advantage of this, trying to catch Jetty once again.
Muntz has made an error. I see him on the left there on the main straight. Same problem. A lot of them have been making mistakes there, right towards the after the first corner, and then towards the pit lane exit. So we've had a few cars that have spun off there already, and that's another victim. So those guys, Chen and Free, they boxed for hards now.
Yep. No one on softs at the moment. That is although that that is not unexpected.
Yeah, that's JJ picking up another penalty.
As Henners has made a move on Adam, who is going into the pits. I don't know. Saw someone going in or out of the pits. I think Adam is.
Adam. Yes.
Adam.
He's just exiting.
Yeah, he's exited the. Oh, that is weird. Okay, he was glitching out for me.
It's not. I don't think it's correctly locating his position. I'm not sure because it's.
Yeah,
not really
he's good now. As Jetty Ricardo finally coming into the pits. It's going to be interesting to see. Cram Soup is going to have to respond next lap. We're going to see if Jetty's undercut on Soup will work here.
And we're on lap
17 out of 34. We are halfway through this German Grand Prix.
We've got a lot of penalties. We'll give you a little bit more of an update of the penalties as things start to calm down a little bit. Because
yeah, that would definitely be helpful. Meanwhile, JJ is catching up to Jetty Ricardo. Jetty's gamble will not work. There's a little bit of contact, and JJ. Ooh, and there's even more contact. That's an end plate gone. That is Jetty's end plate gone. So suffice it to say. That's Jetty's undercut will not work. He's going to have to come back into the pits, although that might be a penalty for JJ that might be given after the race. Yeah, Cram Soup decides to stay out for another lap, which is interesting. Like, obviously Cram Soup doesn't know about what's happened behind him. If he did have a race engineer, if he did have someone in his ear telling him what was happening, he definitely would have come into the pits. He would have gained that advantage over Jetty.
Yeah, it's 1 minute 17 laps, so he's really off the pace now. As Charles ahead of him, setting 1 minute 15.8.
Yeah. That's what. That is what old medium tires will do. It is time for him to pit as we go on board with Strifium.
Picked up another time penalty. Now Hannah. In P3, he's got some pace. He did the 1:15. Okay, and so Chipsy's boxed from P2.
Interesting. Strifium catching up to JJ through Parabolica. JJ's kind of weaving everywhere. Is Strifium going to go for a lunge here? He will. Going around JJ. And yeah, that will be P12. You never know around the hairpin. You see someone taking the lead, but then you could do the switcheroo, come back up the inside, but that's not going to happen this time.
So Chipsy's got boxed onto the mediums. Chen has boxed onto the hards, fresh hards. Who else up ahead? Irons on the 12-lap old hards now, and obviously our leader too, Julian, 13-lap mediums. So when are they going to go too? So that's P1 and P4 on older mediums.
Meanwhile, Chipsy pulling ahead of a ghosted Ferrari. I don't know which one that is. That would be Jetty, because I checked.
Jetty. Yeah. It's Jetty. Muntz is also ghosting a little bit there as well behind Jetty. Oh, Jetty's off.
The ghosted Jetty is off.
Yeah.
As Chipsy is catching up to Ironhammer. Fresh mediums versus old mediums. It is going to be a world of difference. Ironhammer might go into the pits, but decides not to. If Chipsy's not going to overtake him here, it's going to be through Parabolica.
He's setting his personal bests right now, sector 2 and
that is
3,
good.
So.
That is very good for Chipsy. Coming up.
Ironhammer's definitely under a lot of pressure now.
Gypsy thought about a late lunge. It doesn't. And look how much pace he's gained. That is just pure grip right there. As Gypsy turns out on the DRS and already passing Iron Hammer.
And look who's behind. Chen. Chen's back in
Oh,
there.
let's go on board with Chen.
Yep.
Oh, and he's already right in the back of Iron. Again.
So this is costing Iron right now. He's with his lap times. He's almost doing 1 minute 17. So these guys behind him are doing 1 minute 14s and 15s. So he's losing out a lot.
This is what happens. What happened with Iron Hammer? Chen had to slow right down like that. Like, I don't think you'd do a brake. I don't think you'd intentionally do a brake check like that. So either he did or something happened with this thing, and Chen had to turn on the brakes.
Sorry to interrupt. The leaders box now, and we had a few Squindai and JJ. They boxed, but JJ's been having a horrible day. So what did Julian? Julian went on the fresh mediums. Yeah, so Julian back in pit 2.
Yeah, Julian committing to a 2-stop today. Henner's on the 1-stop, gonna try and make it last throughout this race.
It looks like Freeware's gonna put pressure on Julian. Has come out of the box. Freeware's.
He has the DRS, and they're side by side exiting Parabolica. But Freeware is gonna take P2. But will Julian make a late lunge? No, he will not.
Julian has the fresh rubber. Freeware's on 7-lap mediums. The 7-lap mediums will still be good, but Julian on the fresh pace, especially after leading the race, will be keen to get past Freeware.
Oh, and there's fighting from Chen and Gypsy, and Gypsy's just gonna use that raw power that he has. I say raw power, they're equal cars, but he's just gonna use the power, get past, and that is gonna be Gypsy back up in the P4.
Yep, these front runners are on pretty much equal pace, really. We've seen it from the qualifying. So now that they kind of bunch up back together, we should be on for some good close wheel-to-wheel racing. As we've seen, Munz is in the pits again. He's all the way back on P16. That's his 3rd pit stop now, so he's been having a lot of problems. He's on the softs too, so we're going to make those softs go all the way. Yeah. It's going to be tough.
And Julian just waiting for the right time to pass, and he does not get a good apex into turn 2. But Freeware going slow. But there's a safety car. Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Nothing has happened on my screen. Nobody's gained or lost position suddenly.
Got Charles is in the box. He's taking advantage of.
If you could go into the Discord, try to find out what caused that safety car, because usually if someone has DNF'd, they're not gonna be happy. Nino Dominic, I think it might have been. That's the only person who I see that's in Jetty. Jetty and Nino Dominic. Those are the only people. Those are the people I see that are DNF currently that were not DNF before.
Okay, I can't. No, I'm not reading anything, but I'm not able to actually chat in that chat room.
Strithium has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
So, what did they do? Who's boxing? Strithium had, we boxed.
Yeah, Strithium is boxing. I think most everyone has committed, but Freeware and Henner's, both the leaders coming in to box now. I believe they're going to go on mediums.
They should go to mediums now, yeah, definitely, because they've got rid of these hards now, and the mediums will go to the end, for sure.
And Chen is also coming into the pits.
Yep.
This might change the race here dramatically.
Yep. He's new tires anyway. Adam, he's already had his. Had he had his box? I believe he has. No, he hasn't. Oh, well, he did box. I think it's just not showing up.
Julian is going to stay out with two lap old mediums. No real reason to come in just now. So Julian is going to have advantage, and it's going to be pressure on Henner's to catch up. Gypsy also staying out 4 lap old mediums, and he's going to be P3 with Freeware on new rubber right behind him.
That's interesting. So his strategy's worked off, like having that lead boxed, came out P3, I believe, from the box. And then obviously the safety car come out. It didn't need the safety car and now has regained the top position. So looking pretty good. He's on the pace too to bring it home.
Meanwhile,
fast and Freeware, so that they'll be able to catch up with Henner as well.
Meanwhile, Muniz has pit onto the soft tires, and I assume he has done that to try and get that fastest lap. He's currently in P15 and has so many penalties that he will not get an extra point for fastest lap, but he's definitely going to want to try and take it away from the top 10.
All right, so now we've got a quick minute to think under the safety car conditions. We can give you a little update of the penalties. So I can give you the updates on the 3-second penalties. I can't give you updates on the 5-second penalties without looking through the race director. But
gotcha.
Hannah has a 3-second penalty. That's P2 Hannah, and now Chipsy's P3. He has 6 seconds of penalties. These are the corner cutting penalties. Now Chipsy, that was Chipsy. Yeah, Freeware has 3 seconds of penalties. Freeware's in P4. Was showing Aiden, but I don't think Aiden's there. But showing Aiden has 6 seconds of penalties. Now Chen in P6. He's being good, no penalties. So Julian and Chen. P1 for Julian and P6 for Chen. They don't have any penalties. And behind Chen, you have Iron Hammer. He's got 3 seconds. Charles Leclerc has 3 seconds. God Hellfire, 6 seconds. Cram Suit has 3 seconds.
JJ has been disqualified for ignoring the yellow flag.
Yeah, for the drive-through penalty.
Yeah, and he's speeding under the safety car, ignoring the yellow flag. He's done that too many times. He's been disqualified from this race.
Not having a good race now.
Yeah.
That's his race day over, I think. That was P15, but definitely not going to be able to. And it also has 6 seconds of corner cutting penalties as well. As they're still bunching up, Fun's boxed. So what did Fun, JJ?
JJ, yeah. No, it's for the penalties. Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna no, I might not quickly go out because, safety car is in. I would have typed DQ in the sheet, but safety car is in this lap. Julian essentially has a 3-second advantage over everyone 2 through 4. And Julian's gonna get racing. Henner's very close behind him though. We're gonna go on board with Henner's. See what he can do. Going a bit wider than Julian into the node curve. We're gonna see everyone else coming behind. As Iron Hammer gets a 3-second time penalty. And
goes to car there.
Henner's is gonna be side by side with Julian. No DRS for anyone because safety cars come in. They're gonna be side by side into the hairpin for the lead. And Chipsy gonna see if he can follow someone in there and make a little move. It's gonna be Henner's. It's gonna be Henner's who takes P1, but Julian will still finish. Will still finish in P1 with Henner's penalties as things stand right now.
And I believe Freeway just got past Chipsy as well. Or was he already ahead?
Freeware is in P3. Chipsy was in P3, so he did get past.
Got past. And you can see, if you go on board, you can see all 4 of them, actually. If I'm on board with Chipsy, and I can see all 3 guys up
there. Let's do that. Let's go on board with Chipsy. That's a very good idea. We're going to watch this battle for the lead, although Julian will be finishing first. It's going to be a matter of who out of these top 4 is going to finish second. Henner's really wants to finish P1 on track. If time penalties are going to prevent you from finishing in the lead, you're gonna want to win the track battle.
He needs to also, he can do it still, but he's still there on lap 26.
Yeah, he could do it. He needs a 3-second advantage over Julian. He's not going to make it easy, though, as Charles Non-Crash has made a move on Iron Hammer.
He has, he's got the fastest pace right now, obviously, after the restart, 115 flat almost.
Yeah, so he had a quality ban up to P6. He might very well retain the lead of the championship.
Have a look where there's some other battles there. There's a battle there between Iron Hammer and Hellfire. behind Charles. And put a bit of pressure on there. There's also Squiddy as well. He's put some pressure on Cram Soup for the battle of P9 and P10. So there's a few little battles on board to watch.
And meanwhile, DRS has been enabled. Oh, and Freeware and Chipsy both getting 3-second time penalties right after each other. So their races are definitely over. As they're going to keep going, but their chances of winning are definitely over.
That's certainly looking good for Chen, I think, right now. Chen in P5.
Yeah, Chen might finish in P2. And there goes Julian. Will he be able to make it work? They're still side by side. Freeware right behind, trying to take advantage. Julian, though, is going to retake the lead, although goes into the grass. Henners is going to try to take advantage. They touch wheels. Julian goes very far outside and falls all the way back to P3. Now, this might be Henners' chance to get that 3-second advantage that he so desperately needs. And there's a spinning. They're spinning. It is contact between Julian and Freeware, and Julian's very lucky to be facing forward on the track.
Yeah, Freeware's dropped back to P5. Let's move Chen up into P4 now. I'm on board with Chen. I can see Chipsy up ahead of Julian. So there was a little bit of, there's some wheel-to-wheel action, but obviously everybody's still putting in the right direction. So they're lucky. We got full sector yellows, and I can't see what for.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see what any full sector yellows have been for, but we're gonna go on board with Chipsy. He has the DRS on Julian. Chipsy going to come around the outside of Parabolica, is going to make it work, and meanwhile Chen is going to try to dive up the inside of Julian, going to try and follow Chipsy, and Julian around the outside, his race is falling to shambles. Freeware is going to try to go down the outside, and they touch wheels again. And yeah, they're spinning, but Julian was once, and arguably still is in contention, going from gap to leader. Julian is barely winning this race. So Chen currently winning this race. Julian's second because of time penalties. I think we're gonna have to keep it on gap to leader throughout the rest of this race.
Yeah, I have the gap to leader also running in the other telemetry. So if you look at gap to leader right now, actually, you've got all the way down to P10. Cram Soup is nearly 9 seconds off the leader. That's how close they are.
Yeah, everyone very close after that safety car. And going into Parabolica, Chen is gonna try to make him. Sorry, I skipped over. Chen trying to make a move on Chipsy. Gonna go down the outside and go on the hairpin, but Chipsy is going to make it stick. Although Chen does the switchback. And
Charles
is in
also
P2.
got past Iron Hammer then. Julian. Charles got through past Julian in that.
That is very interesting.
But yeah, Chipsy's now behind Freeware. As you said, so there's little squabbles there once again because they're all so close together. As I said, they're only 6 seconds off the leader is Hellfire, so that's how close they are.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Julian very close to Charles Non-Crash. Gonna see if he can get past. At this point, Charles Non-Crash is still gonna be your championship leader. They touch, and they touch again. That's gonna be a safety car for sure. But both people are still on the circuit. I said that was gonna be a safety car, but that's not. Nobody has crashed. There's definitely gonna be reports, and Julian, who was once in the lead of this race, all the way back to P10, and I am sure, based on prior incidents, that Charles will have things to say in the chat, and maybe things that we can't repeat, as Chen is making the move on Henners for the lead.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make it stick.
Round, I think so too. Yeah, Chen, if it wasn't already a doubt, he was already the race leader based on time penalties, and now he is your race leader on track.
And in doing that, also setting the fastest lap, 1:14.19. So blistering pace. Only Freeware's equal in his pace right now. Everybody else is at least a second slower on that last lap.
Very, very impressive from Chen. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Don't know exactly who that is for.
Looks like everybody's pointing in the right direction. Nobody's slow. So it might be somebody just running wide or something. We're on lap 30 now. It's going really, really quickly, isn't it? The second half of the race.
Yeah. Just words, but less than 4 laps to go in this German Grand Prix around the Hockenheimring.
Yeah, the tyre situation looks pretty good for everybody. There's only P4. Chipsy's got 12 lap hold, but that's not really that bad at the end of the day. The 3 front runners obviously going to have a little bit more pace, but with only 3 or 4 laps to go, this tyres will hold on. But it's pacey, so Chen is definitely comfortable right now for the lead. He's already pulling a gap away if he can get out of DRS. It's 0.6. But obviously Freeware has 6 seconds of time penalties, so it's going to drop him back to probably.
And Freeware and Henners both making mistakes. That's just going to give Chen even more of the advantage.
Definitely there. Yeah, so P2 has 3 seconds of penalties. Freeware has 6 seconds of penalty. Chipsy has 9 seconds of penalties. Hellfire has 6 seconds of penalties, and Iron Hammer has 6 seconds of penalty.
I don't know how to keep track of it all. I think we're just going to have to. Go ahead.
P7's actually looking pretty good. Squentai's got no time penalties, so he could jump a few here. I doubt he can make the podium, but he can definitely jump a few. He might get up to P4. He might be able to get on the podium, actually.
Leader is Squiddy. 10 and 12 seconds behind the leader, so I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so, but he's definitely gonna be surprised.
Well, remember Chipsy has 9 seconds of penalties, so
there is in with a shot at it.
Oh, but Julian's gotten slow.
And Julian's out. Julian's out of the race. And Charles Noncrash going for a bold move down the inside, and he will make it work. Charles has ghosted now, and is now back. No, it's still ghosted. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about that. Oh, and there's contact.
Oh, he spun, and because that's an Adian. Adam was ghosting for me as well, so I wonder if that was causing an issue with
Charles made contact, and all 3 of them, Crim Soup, Adam, and Charles Non-Crash all spun.
Well, they're running practically almost last anyway, so we're not going to cost them too much. As Munz is in the pits, and he's into the pits again for the third time. So he's already a lap down anyway, so he's just going to bring that car home, I guess, to have fun for the race. But, how about Freeware?
Yeah, Freeware going to look to see if he can get ahead of Henners. And they're side by side. Freeware going to take the inside line. Henners taking the outside, and it's going to be Henners who gets the better getaway. But into turn 7, who will it be? Still side by side. And Henners very close to pushing Freeware off the track, but they're still side by side. It is still fair racing as they go. And Henners is going to be able to keep position. This is very good fighting.
He had the racing line. He kept the racing line. He made sure his car was 10 cars wide. That's for sure. Nowhere for Freeware to go apart from the outside of the track, which would probably cause you to spin. So he had to lift off a little bit, and now he has to build up and gain momentum for another attack. He's running out of time. Yeah,
we are on the final lap of this race. Squiddy getting dangerously close to Iron Hammer. Gonna go on board with Squiddy. Iron Hammer going wide. This will give Squiddy an opportunity. Squiddy has a DRS coming into turn 1. Gains a DRS yet again. I think he'll be able to make that move into Parabolica, but we're not there just yet. Squiddy getting a good exit, though has to compromise it because of Iron Hammer. Turns on the DRS, going through Parabolica. Who will it be? Squiddy having a hard time catching up, but they are side by side. Swinging around outside is Squiddy. He comes close to making contact with Iron Hammer. And I think they do. They touch wheels. They're still touching wheels.
Squiddy had to go off onto the grass.
Yeah, that's not good, but we have to cut away from this. We have to cut away from this fight because Ken is about to cross the line. for the final time. Coming around turn 16 and turn 17. It is going to be Chen, the reserve driver in the Williams, who wins the German Grand Prix, and we will see how everyone else fares. Henderson Freeware finishing 2 and 3. Gypsy going to finish 4th. Here's the penalties. Hellfire will be able to make up any time. No, he will not.
And he got a penalty at the end there too.
Yeah.
5-second penalty. Squiddy moves to P5 then.
Squiddy into P5. Very good from him. Charles Non-Crash coming across the line. There are a ton of people that DNF this race.
Yep.
Even more than Baku. Even more than Baku.
Wow, what a drive from Chen. What a drive from Chen.
Yeah, what an absolute drive.
He also had the extra pit stop as well. He took over those leaders. So he took 3 pits. He boxed 3 times as far as I'm showing on here. Unless it's a mistake.
Yeah. And that is your race over. There is the man. There is Chen, who is just driving phenomenally today. The Assist 2 driver, the reserve driver for Assist 1, has come in and has won in Germany.
Congratulations to him. Shake that champagne. You well deserve it. Well-deserved victory for Williams.
Yeah.
I'm sure where it puts Williams up in the championship as well now.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have, they like 2019, they don't have any points as just yet, but that has just changed. As Charles Non-Crash, let's see, Gypsy might have taken it. Yeah, Gypsy will be taking the lead of the championship now after this race.
So there you have it.
Chen is your race winner. Henners, Freeware, Gypsy, Squiddy, Hellfire, Ironhammer, Cram Soup, Charles Non-Crash, Strippium rounding out your top 10. Adam finished P11, and everyone else DNF during this race. We have 8 people who did not finish.
It'll be interesting to hear from Julian and be available for an interview because, you know, obviously having leading the race and racing with very good pace. Wonder what happened to him.
Yeah. Well, we are going to go into interviews now. We're going to head out of the game. We're going to go into the interviews channel and see if we can get anyone. All right, I am here in the interviews channel just waiting to see if we can get anyone. I'm going to say, yeah, let's say I can't tag anyone right now, but I'm just waiting. Hey, Biggles, you're here.
Yep.
Yep.
Are you live? No, you're not live. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're just waiting. We're just waiting for people to come in. If you want to send a message, definitely.
I can't remember. I'm gonna have to set it up so I get access to the chat because I can't. I have no permission to send messages in the chat.
Yeah, go in general then.
Yeah, okay.
Go in general and tag. Definitely Julian. Definitely Chen.
So Chen, who else did you say?
Chen, yeah, Julian. That's who you were wanting to interview. So.
Yeah, Julian. What else is there? Some action with Henna?
Yeah, Henner. Yeah, Henners and Freeware. Yeah, tag those 4.
Okay. And Freeware, yeah.
All right, and we have Henners here in the interview chat as well as Freeware. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how are both of you? That was an intense fight.
That was really good, actually. Me and Freeway are in VC together, so Yeah.
Oh,
We were
VC
communicating a bit.
fight. Were you trash talking each other?
No, no,
No.
no. We're all good.
Yeah, I got no penalties, so it was just a fun fight.
I got killed turn 1.
Yeah, I got killed turn 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot of wheel-to-wheel action. We're struggling quite a bit actually to keep up with all the different battles that were going on track around. So I guess to explain, who wants to let us know how their race went from the start after qualifying? Who would like to go first? Hannah? Hannah?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
I accidentally punted Chenjay turn 1. Obviously, by accident.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm just kidding.
And then, yeah, that was it. I was away. I had clean air in front of me. My race pace is normally not that good, but thankfully I got away. And at the end, we had a battle with Freeway, which is really exciting to watch,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Biggles, also we should get Chipsy in here. Should break him the news.
Okay.
But yeah, that was intense. Like, what was your favorite part of that race?
Probably the last lap with Freeway, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
That was the only thing interesting happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that was the highlights. Like, yeah, wait. Never mind. We have Chipsy here. Chipsy, Chipsy, I don't know. You there? Sorry. Your mic is randomly making noise. Are you there?
I got you. Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How was your race?
The race was pretty good. I started off on hards, one stop to the mediums, and then unlucky with the safety car, unfortunately, because then these guys got the free pit stop. But had fun overall.
Yeah, that's good. And even though you got unlucky with the safety car, you're gonna be. Also, yeah, what I would say you are the new championship leader.
Oh, well, that's pretty nice.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
9 seconds of penalties, however, so it did cost you a little bit.
It did. It did. Yeah. Luckily, the guy behind me had 6 seconds of penalties. At one point, I think I was in front of Chen and Freeware, and I made a mistake, and I didn't want to ruin their race because I know they didn't have penalties, so I didn't want to get in their way.
That's fair.
But good race, guys. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Excellent. Yeah, well done. You had good pace too. I mean, lap 28, I think, is your fastest lap, 1:14.6. So I think that's when you had a little bit of clear air and you're starting to push.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
Well, thanks, guys. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well done for being the championship leader.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Do we have any last questions or comments?
Did we talk to Chen, the race leader? Did you want to say anything, Chen? Chen, are you here?
I don't know. I had a mediocre qualifying lap. I had a really bad start. My starts are always horrible. And I got squeezed on the inside, so I had to brake check Henry a little bit. And so he rear-ended me. Obviously, it was on purpose. Luckily, there's a VSC, so I pitted for mediums. And I had pretty good pace on them. I was catching a lot of people. And then I pitted for hards, was, in the middle of nowhere. But then the safety car saved me. And since I kept it clean with the corner cutting, I just made my way back to first.
I saw that too. Yeah, you took the one extra pit stop over the other guys behind you, so that's a very well drive there. You timed, obviously you did time the safety car perfect, and your pace towards the end was blistering. I mean, with those mediums, I think lap 29, you set the fastest lap at 1:14.1, and a lot of those points you were almost a second quicker than a lot of the other guys on track, as well as earlier I think too on those mediums at the start you had a lot of pace.
So that's actually
paid off very well for you.
Yeah, my last stint was actually on used mediums from lap 1, so
okay.
I ran out of mediums because I pitted so much.
That's right, yeah, the extra pit stop there. Well, you still set blistering paces. Obviously, you were quicker on the second set of mediums, those used mediums, so they worked out well for you.
Yep.
So, yeah, and obviously you had to make your way through. Well, you didn't really, at the end of the day, you didn't really need to have to battle that much, but obviously to finish on P1 on track and still have no penalties, clean races, it's extraordinary. It's very hard to do, as you know. It takes a lot of concentration. as most drivers generally do pick up a 3-second penalty around this track. So I think it was only yourself and Julian that didn't. So very well done. I'd have to probably pick you as my driver of the day. So
Thanks.
congratulations.
Yeah, same here. Any last thoughts before we go?
Nope, I'm good.
Do you want to hear from Julian? I wanted to hear from Julian if
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you're right up the front and good pace, leading the race in several occasions. Just wanted to hear what happened. Why with that accident or something.
Well, at the end, I got passed by quite a few people at the end there. And then I got a bit frustrated and, lost it a little bit.
Just tire degradation.
A little bit of that too, but I don't think my tires were that much older than like the rest of the people.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty solid race for me up until that point.
It was, yeah. It looked like you could almost get away with the victory there. So
Yeah, I probably should have been more careful because I probably could have won because I had no penalties. I think the people that passed me did.
Yeah.
well, it wasn't to be today, but I'm sure that you'll be all you've shown the pace, and you're right up there with everybody else. Your lap times were very good. You're setting mid 15s, I think, generally throughout the most race. You obviously got as quick as a mid 14, so that was towards the end as well. So yeah, very good. Unfortunate about your race, but I'm sure you'll be ready to go for the next one with some pace.
Yeah.
So we look forward to seeing you racing again, and thank you.
Well, thank you.
I wanted to hear. Yeah, is Freeway here? I want to hear it from Freeway.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah. Another quick driver. You finished P3, right? I believe.
Yeah, I started P5, got a good start. I jumped 2 cars before the first corner, so I was in P3. And then I got completely rear-ended into turn 8 by Iron Hammer, and I lost out on... I was P11, I think, and I got slightly front wing damage, which I wasn't able to repair because the game is kind of broken.
With that damage, did you? Throughout the
Yeah,
whole race?
it was really slightly damaged. But
I think
yeah.
I saw that on the telemetry. Yeah, front left wing, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really unlucky.
Yeah,
And
so
then
that slowed you down a bit, but you're still pacey. I think even with that damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it probably.
I think that was Adam's. Adam was ghosting a lot to us, so I think there might have been a technical glitch with that.
He was ghosting for me too. I don't know
Yeah,
what
he
happened
was.
to him. I
Yeah.
kind of ghosted through him, and then he just crashed somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, so probably Adam will explain that to you, Freeware. I doubt. I mean, Adam's
It wasn't him though.
pretty good racer, so I doubt it was anything deliberate. So
Yeah, I don't know.
just one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, still P3. It's good results, and obviously, as I said, good pace even with that damage. So
Yeah, and the biggest problem about the whole race was every time someone crashed or got off the track, it was full course yellow, and it wasn't only in one sector. So
Yeah.
no car was able to overtake.
It was. I think it was bugged. Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
My teammate, I don't know, he either let me by or just got a really bad exit, and I had to give him back the position because of the yellow flags.
Oh, that's why we saw that. We were confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gave me a legal overtake for some reason. I don't know.
Got it.
That makes perfect sense. Oh well. I think that's it. Was there anybody else? There was.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna have to end the stream now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the next race.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that will be it for the stream today. The next race will be on Tuesday. Will be the non-assist section, also in Germany. We'll see if there are as many DNFs in that race as there are in this one. So we will see you then. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.